I want you to just accept that a platonic friendship isn't really valued in society's eyes. It's not that friendships are bad in a sense. It's just that compared to the more important relationships that you can have, yourself, family, your partner, a friend is just ultimately just more like an accessory. Like, you're not really needed, it's not necessary, but it does spice things up. It's like drizzling hot honey on pizza. It's not necessary the pizza's fine, but just a little hot honey just makes that shit better. It's just the fact that it's constantly pushed and you're constantly reminded of what a friend means. It means that you can spend as much time and energy and experiences with this one person, but ultimately you're still just a friend. And that may seem like I'm saying, oh, you're just a friend, like it's a bad thing. But ultimately, in the grand scheme of stuff, it kind of does suck, you know? You can be easily tossed. I'm not saying that romantic partners or family members can't be easily tossed, but with a friend, it's just so, it's courage to cut people off for constantly stepping over your boundaries. But not saying that friends constantly step over your boundaries. I'm just saying that their room for error is a lot less than with a friend and partner, and that's perfect. That's fine. It's perfectly great. But it is just something to think about that you're still on a tight little leash. You're like a ultimately you're just kind of like you're like I don't want to say, but you're like a pet. Like, let's be real, you're like a pet. You're cool to hang around, you keep around, but don't overstep or you're gone back to the pound or some shit. And a lot of it is conditional love of your family and your partner. Yeah, some people may say it's conditional in some relationships, kinda, but not really. Like, true partnership ain't really conditional. Well, your friends, you get to choose your friends. Some people just get to choose them, you know? Same with a partner, you get to choose your partner. But not the same thing ultimately, but there's more perks with being with a partner than your buddy Tim Tam. You just have a whole slew of friends, but ultimately, deep down, because you have so many, they kind of don't mean shit. Like, really, you can only have a certain amount of family members, and if you're sane, I'm not saying that people who practice this aren't sane, but if you're sane, you can only have one partner. It's okay to have, if some people are polyamorous or their religion allows them to have more than one partner or husband, spouse, whatever. That's totally fine, but I'd like to say 98% of the population likes to keep things one on one, you know. But besides the point, you can have a fucking army of friends. And half of the time you can't even remember some of their birthdays. Like, you don't really mean much. You're just somebody to hang around, somebody cool to spend time with. But like, I grew up watching media where it's always like, oh, the power of friendship, shit like that. Oh, your friends are always there for you. You gotta love your loved ones and friends, but in real life, it's really not that. Some people spend an absurd amount of time with their friends, tell them stuff they'll never tell their families, and some people, their partners. And yet, you can be tossed pretty quickly. I'm not saying that people wouldn't toss their partners or family members, go non-contact, but it's a lot. Those steps take a lot longer. You know, there's a lot of emotional and baggage that's connected to it, which is fair. I mean, I'm not even spitting. I'm just talking randomly at night. Don't mind me. But yeah, once you accept that a platonic relationship or friendship ain't really that valued, it's honestly the truth, and it's fair. It makes sense, but it still does kind of suck. That's just another truth of life. I know I'm just speaking obvious, but I just like to. It's one of my thoughts I had.